Bomac, what it do?
What's the word, y'all?
How are you? Man, Danny had to let me know that you got the main event. I thought you just had Kelvin on this pro box fight, bro. It's kind of saddening because we got a friend of the community, bro. We know this guy named Coach Mitty, and man, I know him like 10 years now, bro. And he was a fighter in the UK, and he flew back and forth here to the America, and he became a trainer, and now his guy is fighting your guy. So we were rooting for his guy, and now fucking Danny tells me you're the trainer versus him. And it's like, damn, my man Mitty got to go up against one of the best trainers in his American training debut. You ain't make it easy for him. But how are you, man? Long-winded, I know.
Good, good. I'm good, man. Y'all can still ride this, ride on that side. I don't mind this shit. I like a little controversy.
Yeah, little challenge, right? So how long you been working with this guy? Because we know he obviously has that common opponent with Sabril Matias. He went 8 rounds with Matias, so that certainly means he's durable and strong.
Well, he's been around. He's been around this man for probably like the last, I say, 2 years, maybe 2.5 years. He came into camp and worked with Terrence a couple of times. Matter of fact, he worked with Terrence, for suspense fight for the southpaw look and with the speed and everything. So I think his first camp was uh, shit, man. Avanisi, I believe. I think it was
Okay.
Avanisi, or maybe before, but he's been around for a minute. And we've been working with him off and on, but we never really just sat down and tried to connect as far as training and advising him and pushing him in the right direction to like the last say about the last 6 or 7 months.
Coach, what's your thoughts on ProBox TV? Obviously, you've been having fighters fight on there for a minute now. Kelvin's fought there. Lester has fought there and been rescheduled there. Now you have this particular main event. I think it's a blessing to the sport. We certainly need televised developmental fights, but what's your thoughts on the emergence of Pro Box and, how good is it for the sport?
You know what, man? I like it, man. I like how they got it set up down here, where they host everything at and keep all the fighters at. It's all in one little hub. It's like a like a resort like
Compound
setting.
type?
Yeah, like a little compound, uh, and they bring you in, and everywhere you need to go is just within walking distance. You got your cafeteria, got your gym, you got the arena. All of that is in one little hub, and actually where they stay at. But I like it, man. It's good for the sport. It's good for guys like me or any other trainers that's trying to get their guys on track or back on track or just trying to get them to that next level. And I understand the demographic what they doing because they also got Lupin too, and his name is, I think the guy that owns everything, his name is Gary.
Gary Jonas.
Yeah, Gary Jonas, and I like it, man. I like it. I like how they doing it.
Coach, Nestor here was actually the first person to ever debut that venue. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
man. Gary is my guy, man. I used to do these like
Smokers.
smoker events, and he let me throw my first, not my first, my 13th event there, but I was the first one to use that venue. I didn't get to sell it out, man, but it is an amazing venue. I love it, and it's only gotten better since, because that was back when they still had the Tyson on the wall. They've done a lot of upgrades since then.
yeah.
But definitely, I love it for the fighters, man. I don't want to stray too far from the main event, but just to get an update with Lester, he's been rescheduled there twice now. When do you believe we can see Lester back in a pro box or any television fight?
Well, I'm looking for the thing with Lester, man. He was dealing with some visa issues. And I believe him and his lawyer and them got it all straightened out. I believe he's gonna get his visa by the end of the year. or top of next year, then he should be back in camp once I get back to Vegas, which is probably towards the end of the year.
So, are you working with what is Trey's last name? Y'all call him Boom Boom
What are you talking about? I don't know what you talking about.
from out there in Omaha. He's an amateur. His name is
Oh,
Trey, but y'all call him Boom Boom. Uh-oh.
man, Trey is like my little nephew, man. He just be around the gym. He wrestles. You know, he was a college wrestler,
Wait, no,
and
no,
he
no, not Trey, the cousin of Crawford, the other one,
no,
the amateur one.
yeah, I know you talk about. You know, he used to wrestle college wrestling, and then he messed around in the gym a little bit. You know, he sparred a lot. He worked with the MMA guys. He has yet to have his first amateur fight, but he can fight though, man. He's one of those guys at the gym. Like some guy come in the gym and they think they tough. Be like, hold on, Trey, come here, come, whoop his ass for me. You know, he's that good.
Hmm.
He's technically sound like that. Cause anybody, you just can't walk in off the streets and fight him because you know he's athletic and he's athletic, talented on the mat, and he's got a little talent in the ring too.
So, but he's not turning pro as far as you know.
No, not that I know of. You know, it's been a minute since I've been home and shit, man. So I'll be home tomorrow. So I'll pull his coattails, see what he doing.
Okay, okay.
Now, I think this is the first time we've spoke to you, or at least on camera, since our trip to Omaha. I know it's been a while, but just looking back on this year, Coach, what's it meant to you? Obviously, the huge win over Errol Spence and everything that's came from that. It seems like finally, Bud and the team have received their overdue flowers, right?
Well, yeah, finally, people start listening to what I'm saying as when it when it comes to Bud and how he could dominate any fighter that he get in the ring with. Uh, I was telling them from day one, how the fight was going to go with Spence, and it did. It went exactly how I thought it was going to go, and it played out just like I wanted it to play out. So, getting the flowers is cool, and getting all the different wins with the different fighters, that's cool. But my motto is, man, just put my head down and just keep working, and until I'm done with this shit. And then when I'm done, then I can worry about all the accolades and everything with that.
So you saying until then it's still work time?
So I stay work time, man. I stay in the fucking gym, dog. I stay in the gym. I stay on the road, and it's all about the fighters. You know, at this point, like I was telling my wife, I said at this point now I'm just chasing greatness because we got all the fame, the money, and all that. We got all that. All that's been there. You know, I seen it come. It can go easily, but right now it's chasing greatness, and then everything else will fall into place.
Coach, what's the plans with the land and the expansion of the gym, and what is the, I guess, timeline for that? When do you foresee that project being done?
Well, like I said, I ain't been home in a minute, man, and since I got back in the United States. So, because I've been grinding ever since. But I talked to Steve, Steve Nelson the other day, and uh, he'll update me once I get home tomorrow, and I get back in the gym, sit out in my office, and uh, get updated with the staff and the other coaches, and find out what we're doing.
Now, speaking of land, Coach, I'm just curious. We've seen Bud post his beautiful estate that's being built on a bunch of land. Have you had any major purchases since the fight over the summer?
No, yeah, fucking lawyer fee.
That sucks, man.
That's
I'm
the only
glad.
major purchase I had. Yeah, I took a big ass lump sum of some earnings that was coming in, but it's part of the game, so I accept it.
I'm glad. I'm glad we're able to have you here to joke about
And
it.
yeah, glad we're able to
Yeah,
laugh about this shit and you're not still in there. definitely a terrible
What's
Hey, but I
situation.
gotta say this though. I gotta say this. So one day I'm just chilling and shit in the cell, and every day they bring in the mail. I'm going through the mail, and little up and behold, who I see a letter from, Ness, man. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, coach. Nah, man. I
How the hell
told
he
you, man.
find me and
I knew,
shit?
but I know how it is to get that mail call, especially if somebody else getting mail. You like, damn, I ain't get shit. They told they Danny
bro?
Alvarez.
That was me in the military. I'm like, everybody get mail, but me,
Yeah,
I'm like,
bro.
damn.
That was my opening line. I told him, I'm like, bro, I know how it is, man. So, I'm just making sure you good, shooting you a hello, man. But I'm glad you out, man. But that's the past, man. That's the past.
What's
So,
the latest
Yeah.
with Chris? What's the latest with Chris?
yes.
Kind of been out here
Yeah,
talking
we just had
crazy.
we just had Connor on yesterday, and he said that Chris outpriced himself.
Well, man, the thing with Chris, man, they got a certain way of doing business, and he very particular about the things that he say and the things that he do, and I understand him because there's a lot of money to be made over there, and he just want to make sure that he get what's just due for him when he do step in the ring, and he didn't pay his dues to get to where he at now. So the last what he told me is if he do fight, it's probably gonna be maybe at the end of February, beginning of March, and then they'll be looking for a bigger fight after that.
Is no pressure for you to take on projects like a Chris Eubank? Specifically coming off losses, you took on Jamel Herring. Like, do you like the rebuilding project or the challenge that it is to show the world that they not done, or does it have to be a connection with the fighter and you have to really like them to want to bring them back because it takes so much work?
That's the key word, man. It's a challenge. It's a challenge to me, man. Just trying to figure out, am I good enough to get these guys back to where they were once was or where they was trying to get. And so, you know, that's where the expertise come in at because you break down the fighter and you break down from the past and to going forward and try to make him the best who he was or what he was or he's trying to be. And most of the times it's like I was telling Eubanks before, it's the stuff that you already know. You just need to be reminded of it. And mostly it's just regular boxing, just one-on-one boxing, the simple shit, not all the extravagant stuff that people be looking for and all that. It's just the simple shit, the small, keeping your hands up, stop dipping, stop doing this. Why you leaning over your knee? Watch how you step. Bring out cue, things of that nature. That's what most fighters need. Most fighters need to just be reminded of how it was when they first started. Small shit, and I like that, man. I like that. I'll take any fighter that got the heart and the will and the determination to try to win. And all it is just helping them get to that next level. That's all it is.
Now, Coach, did you know that if Chris listened and implemented the things that you guys taught him, that he could pull it off? And the reason I asked that is because you guys only had like 3 or 4 weeks with Chris before the fight. A lot of trainers might feel that's not enough time. So I'm just curious as to what you and the team saw taking on that task in
Such short notice.
exactly.
Well, we actually had 5 weeks. We had
Okay.
Oh, okay.
five. Yeah. Really it was 6, but I didn't start working with him until 5 weeks. But one of the other coaches uh, started working with him right away as soon as we got into Vegas because they had contacted one of the other coaches and the strength coach, and she was like, "Yeah, I'll work with him." And then by the time I got there, I had talked to him, and but I was like, "Man, listen, my focus is these next couple of weeks is on Terrence, so I can't get to you until then." And then I mean, we only had 4 weeks left, but I was checking in on him and just going by and seeing him at the gym here and there to see what I need to try to change. And so when I finally got there, when I finally got the first time to work with him, that was the easy part. And then just looking at this last fight and see why he lost, it was just small, simple mistakes that he was doing. Uh, uh, and while he was doing that, he ended up getting caught doing the stupid shit, stepping back with his hands down, standing in a line of fire. You can't do that. You can't expect to go upside somebody's head and don't think they ain't gonna try to come back at you. Especially a good fighter like Smith. You know what I'm saying? A fighter with the will and determination to try to knock your ass out. So it's just a small shit, man. It's small shit. It's easy. So
Coach, how
that's
do you?
how I.
I'm sorry, I thought you had paused. How do you pronounce the your fighter from today's fight?
The main event.
Shit, I don't know. I just call him.
I,
I just call him better.
I thought
You
I
Better
was
say,
the
Zon.
hold on,
only
hold on.
one.
You say you just call him what?
Better is the first name is Better Zon,
Better Zon.
but
That is.
Tears on or something like that.
Okay. Coach, have you guys, and by you guys I mean you and Crawford, thought about, since he wants to be three-time undisputed and Canelo isn't offering that fight, you know he could just fight Jerron and be three-time undisputed because he's getting his belt back and undisputed in the division again. I don't know if y'all
I,
knew
I
that.
I think it was 3 division, not 3 time.
I mean,
Right.
it would still be three-time
Yeah,
undisputed
but I
though.
think Crawford's goal is 3 division undisputed, not 3 time.
I get it, but you'll still get three of something
But see,
undisputed.
I look at it like this. Like people, I like Bud been telling people he has nothing to bring to the table. So what? He got a little funky belt that they stripped away. They stripped away and didn't even really give the Terrence no option or even time to even think about what he wanted to do or just talk to him. They just did what they did. You know, that's to me, that's going backwards. And I'm sure he probably look at it like that too. Why would I go back and get something that I already had? I already accomplished that. I already accomplished what I wanted to accomplish, being an undisputed welterweight, champion and shit. And so he got the belt on some bullshit. So why would I go back and entertain that? I'm looking for bigger and better fights. So that's how I'm sure that's how he's looking at it. And uh, uh, I look at it the same way too. Fuck it.
I know there's not much you could say, but there would, like, before he beat Earl, right? The media
Right.
made such a big deal about the rematch has to take place in December. Has to take, like, all the reporters made it. They were specific to indicate that that rematch needed to take place this year by December. Now he beats Earl, and all of a sudden, that's not the argument anymore. The fight don't have to take place. Are you guys okay with the fight not taking place this year? And how long are you okay with waiting? Because you fought in July.
Well, yeah, I mean, we good with that, man. We good when it's not taking place by December, and I'm looking at probably March or April, somewhere in between there to get back in the ring. Uh, so I haven't really got an update from Bud yet. I'll see him tomorrow. I want to get back in the gym, so he'll be able to try to update me, update the team, and let us know where we at, and then we can just go from there.
Was in your mind, is it worth the wait because of this new announcement that PBC struck a deal with Amazon Prime and there now could be potentially in 160 million homes with the Amazon Prime video deal?
Well, yeah, it's worth the wait. It's definitely worth the wait. Because more eyes that's on going to be on him or be on the fight. That's just better for the both for the fighters, far as financially wise.
Now, coach,
Can you confirm if it's 147 or is that still not been settled?
I can't confirm that yet, man. I can't confirm that. Like I said, I'll see Bud tomorrow in the gym, and he'll update me or sometime this week or next week.
perfect world. How many times does Bud Crawford fight next year?
The perfect world is two or three times. That's the perfect world. That's what I would love to see. The more he fight, the more he.
What two or three names you would like? And no, because you saying three fights. What three fights? We got the Earl. What other two names?
Canelo, probably Canelo, and then somebody else to just to keep him busy.
How realistic do you think is Canelo? There's reports that Canelo should be meeting with Al Heyman. I don't know if that was yesterday or today, but there's reports that he's supposed to be meeting to make a decision. And Crawford is one of the names on the list. How
I, I,
confident?
I could see Bud fighting him like ne- uh, middle of next year, or whenever he fights again, maybe his second fight for next year. I could see it. I definitely could see it.
So definitely not for the Cinco de Mayo date. You're saying the Earl fight would have to take place first.
Well, now you're trying to put words in my mouth. I'm saying I could see it.
No, no, no. I'm
Whoever
not trying
Bud,
to say that. Remember, you
whoever,
said you wanted him back in
whoever
March.
I say whoever Bud fights in like uh, the first part of next year, and then maybe get what's his name, Canelo, around the middle part of next year when he take his second fight. Because usually you only fight those special 2 days. So either or, it don't matter if it's the beginning of the year or the end of the year. It's still going to be a fight that we'll entertain with Canelo. So it don't matter. It don't matter. It's just a challenge for us, and we always up for the challenges.
You think that Bud gets that fight before Benavidez? Because of his
Uh,
commercial success. Obviously, doing
I,
650,000 pay-per-view buys is a lot more than what Benavidez did with Plant. We haven't gotten an announcement on what he did with Boo Boo, but it just seems like Bud is more marketable.
yeah,
And
I
just
think
a
I
bigger
think
name.
I think he will. And for some reason, I don't know why Canelo is not fighting Benavidez and say he don't want to fight him or whatever the case got to be. But I think it's more financial rewarding for Canelo to fight Terrence.
Why is Steven Nelson not getting active at ProBox? Does he not want to? Is he moved into a more directorial position with B&B?
Well, I think it's a little bit more of a he's looking for the right fight, and these guys down here, the pro boxers, I don't know if they offering those type of fights that Steven is looking for. Sure, they have offered the stay busy fights, but at Steven's age now, he's looking for those fights that's meaningful for him.
For sure. For sure. So how do you navigate him into one of those positions, and can he make 175? Because I know ProBox is heavily invested in Hot Rod that fought Marcus Brown. He's actually about to get active, but they're heavily invested in him. Could Steven move up and fight Hot Rod? It's Rajvan Kaladik. I'm killing his name, man, but everyone knows
I,
him as
I,
Hot
I
Rod.
well, Steven fought 75 in amateurs, and I think his body now is ready to move up, being that he's getting older now, and uh, he's not as been active he was before he got that ACL tear.
Yeah, because Hot Rod fought Better Beef or Bivol. I think Better Beef. He got knocked out to Better, but he did well, and he dropped Marcus Brown. He's out from that St. Petersburg, Florida area, and I know that Pro Box deals with him heavy. I just want to see Steven get back active, man. I mean, he did
Yeah,
fight in July, but you know,
yeah, I do too, man. But see, he lives in the gym. He's just waiting on that right opportunity, man.
for sure. So, Coach, man,
You know,
what can we expect in this main event, man?
I
What sort
think
of
you know what
style does your man bring to the table?
what's name's gonna stop him. I think he's gonna stop him, man.
Oh
I've
wow.
studied him, for the last couple weeks, and just been working on different stuff with Better, Batir, and Batir's strong as shit too, man. I mean, strong as shit. I think he's gonna stop him. I really
Mm.
do.
Who would you like to see him get his first title shot with at 40? I see that he's at 40, or is that not? Is that too far off right now? You're still
That,
developing with
that's a
him.
little bit that's a little bit too far off, man. Because I'll sit down. I'm going over here and talk to these guys in the next hour. So I got my own little small little sneaky plans of myself that what I want to do with him. I'm gonna try to oppose it on them because I think he'll do better with my plans than somebody else's plans.
Mm.
So we'll see. We'll see if they'll go with it. You know, I know that as a trainer and advisor that you got to meet the promotional company in the middle. So I'll see where we're gonna go after this meeting later on today.
Oh my God, I'm so glad I got you on. I almost forgot this. Did you see that Eddie Hearn is trying to match Devin Haney with Crawford? But he's not saying immediate, but he's saying in the future. Did you read the article? How he wants it? He obviously wants Haney to fight someone, but eventually he feels like Haney versus Crawford is a fight that he
mega
wants to
fight.
make. What's your thoughts on that? Is Haney too small? Was that ever considered? And now, because of his commercial success, would you entertain it?
And how long can you see Crawford make 47 for?
Man, let me tell you this, man. Well, he would ruin that boy's career. Let me just put it like that. He'll ruin his career. Trust me.
But
You know,
Shakur spars Bud all the time. Shakur says
yeah,
he spars him all the time, and that they go,
yeah.
they go.
That's sparring, dude. That's sparring. Sparring is different from the individual, from real life fucking 8-ounce gloves on. It's different.
Yeah.
No headgear. You ain't getting saved by your coach, or you ain't getting saved by the other people that's standing around. It's different. It's different, brother. Trust me. Listen, they better quit fucking with Bud, especially at this point.
But some might say that that is the time. He's 36. Devin's 24. That's how many? 12 years younger. 11 years. I think Devin's just turned 25.
25.
Listen, listen. Most fighters at that age, yeah, they start declining. Bud he does nothing but get better and better each fight. You know why? Because he take care of himself. He stays in the gym, and he's a student of the game. It better quit fucking with Bud.
Well, Coach, I don't know if you saw Bill. He called for names like Keith Thurman and Connor Ben. Keith seems to not really be.
Interested in the fight.
Yeah, according
That was crazy.
according to Keith, he wasn't really impressed.
Yep.
Um,
He said Haney should have got him out of there. If you're so good, you should have got him out of there. It was as boring as a Floyd fight. Um, you know, yeah, man. I mean, and then after the interview, like the next day, I woke up to a text where he was like, "You know what? After thinking about it, I'm not interested in Devin." I'm like, "Holy shit!" Because if you think about it, there's not really a pay-per-view fight out there for Thurman. Crawford would have
Right.
to give him an option. Earl would have to give him an option. Like, who's giving him a pay-per-view fight? Boots is not even on pay-per-view yet. He only headlined one time in his life. Devin is a more marketable option for Thurman, and he's saying no.
Well, I thought Thurman said he was retired. That's
Now,
that's
according to him, he's fighting in beginning of March. I mean, beginning of the year, and then he's allegedly may have something big that he's gonna wait for in the summer. Was his words.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought he said something about he retired, but Richardson came out and said something about Haney that you ready to fight. Let me get a shot at that title. I seen that. I think I seen that this morning.
I seen
I
that this
think,
morning as well.
yeah.
Um,
Now
I
that's a
heard they
great,
sparred. And
great.
according to those that seen it, it ain't go well for the. It ain't go as Hitchison says it did. That being said, though, Hitchens is more highly ranked than the IBF, and there's rumors that he's being offered a title shot with Matias in Puerto Rico. Would you recommend that? IBF champion
Uh,
Matias?
man, Richardson is a little different, man. That brother can fight a little bit,
Yeah,
man.
his last fight he was super impressive, man. I mean, he was so
The
calm and
fight,
poised. It was insane how high of an IQ he showed in that fight.
yeah. I wouldn't suggest go to Puerto Rico and fight him. Like if he fight him in the states where it's on even even playing field. You know what I'm saying? Where Both those guys never probably.
Damn, seems like Bomac might have got a call. That was a good little interview.
Mm-hmm.
If you are tuned in, don't forget, smash the like. That was undisputed, two-time undisputed trainer
Here.
of Terrence Crawford, Coach Bomac. Oh, he's back. Yes, sir.
Yo,
We
Yep.
got you. Can you hear us?
Coach,
yo.
we hear you. All right. I don't know what happened there. We got Kid Schofield, too, we got to get on, man. So let's wrap it up with Bo. Anything we need to ask? Check these super chats, because this was spontaneous. Anybody sent something for Bo? Let me know. Nope. I used to live in the UK. You good? Yeah, it's the service. Coach, it looks like it's the service. You there?
Yeah, somebody was calling in, man.
Okay. I wanted to
So
get
hold
your
Yeah, but
on,
I
hold
was,
thoughts.
on. We
I
ain't
was.
finished on that point. We ain't
What?
finished on that point because I asked his thoughts on Devin moving up for a Thurman and or kind of Ben fight, and you went to Richardson. I'm just curious. So you don't think he can do well against a Keith Thurman and Conor Ben?
Well, Connor said yes, so let's focus on Connor Ben specifically. He said yes. Keith said no.
And I know you've watched some Conor Ben.
Of course, I watched him. That'd be. I mean, I mean, I like to see Devin stay around 40, man, to make himself great. He's already accomplished a lot at the age of 25. Uh, I like to see him accomplish more at 40. Maybe try to become undisputed at 40, and then move up to 47. Instead of just having one fight and then jumping up to those big boys up there, because man, 47 pounders, they walk in the ring at 70, 72, 73 sometimes. So I could look at Devin and say he probably walk around around 60 somewhere. Man, them guys is big up there, brother. I promise you that.
Mm.
Did you get a chance to watch him and Regis this past weekend?
No, no, I didn't watch him, man. I watched that ESPN fight, man. Jesus Christ, that was a good ass fight.
Yeah,
That
man.
Es-
Rafa Espinoza,
Espinosa,
coach.
Espinoza.
Coach, we had
yeah.
him on the show, bro. He told us he was going to do that. He told us his family had bet on him and he had to come home with the win. And wow, man, he really did
We
that
had a guy bet 3,000 and win 35 racks
on Espinoza.
on
With proof,
Espinoza.
with proof. He's been calling into this show for 7 to 10 years. He really made 35 grand on Espinoza. He told us all fucking like for a whole month. Like, yo, you gotta bet on this guy, I'm telling you. And I couldn't, bro. My man Espinoza had all Mexico record. Everything was Mexico.
Man, that was a great fight, dude. That might be the fight of the year right there. That was a
Damn,
back
could
and
you give a
forth.
fight of the year to someone like that? Like, cause like I like to tell people Earl and Bud has more credence to be fight of the year because they're both high caliber. Like Earl, Bud did that to Earl. Like, you know, at the end of the day, Ramirez was fighting Espinoza, who we never seen or heard of. Like, we know who Earl is. We know what he accomplished, and we know what Bud accomplished, and he did that to him. So it's unexpected.
I look at it like this. I look at it like Bud just dominated Earl from round one to the end. But Matisse, well, whatever that guy's name is,
Espinoza.
Espinoza, man, he. I think he won like the first 5 rounds, and then he lost like two or three. He got dropped, then he almost got stopped, and then he just willed his way back and willed his way back, and got the knockdown, and then just uh, uh, those last two rounds just was phenomenal, man. I'm just like, wow, that was a great fight, man. That
Hmm.
was a great fight.
So
Even
I
though
know.
he don't carry a big name, but just the style of the fight, that fight went back and forth, and that was great. That was a good ass fight. I look at Bud and Spence. Bud just dominated his ass and shit, you know. But on paper, it looked like a 50-50 fight, and Spence is the bigger guy. He was taller, bigger, but he wasn't stronger, or he didn't have the boxing capability to even be in there with Bud.
So would you say Bud had more of a performance of the year? More
Oh,
so than
that was a great performance.
Mm,
Great performance, man. You can't script that. Me as a trainer can't ask for nothing else. You know what I'm saying?
for sure.
You know, he did everything that we worked on everything that we worked on in camp. And fuck, man, that's just I still watch it to this day and bring tears to my eyes, man, because it's not the fact that he beat his ass so bad, but just the fact that he did everything that we asked him to do. And never, not once, when we started camp the 3 to 4 months out, never, not once he complained. Never, not once he said, I don't want to work out today. No, man, shit, no, shit, no, shit. He was up and ready. He did shit that he wasn't even that we never really did before in camp. So I'm, I, I still get excited. I still fucking get happy and cry about that fight.
is that discipline that Bud has? Is that something that you're just born with, or is that something that can be instilled in a fighter?
You 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 can instill it in a fighter, but that toughness and that meanness that Bud got, you got to be born with shit like that, dog.
Mm.
I promise you. You got to be born with shit like that. And there's days, man, I try to fucking push the fighters to the limit. I be wanting them to cuss me out. You know what I'm saying? I've been wanting them to come to me and be like, man, coach, man, I'm man, my body's tired, because I know as a trainer you got to listen to the fighter and you got to listen to his body. When I say listen to his body, you got to listen. You got to look at his reaction time, the way he carries himself around the house, how he's carrying himself in the gym, how's he working out. It ain't
Damn, got
Got
another
another call.
call.
You back? Nope. He dropped. Let me get in, all right? I got a few. I don't want him to get leaving.
You
We
got
got
it.
we
You
got we
got
got
it.
Floyd about to get mad at us. Even though Floyd they thought it was Central. I'm like, bruh, Eastern. So you know, damn. You want to text him? Tell him it's all good. We had another interview. Cause I gotta. Actually, no, don't do that. Don't do that. I got these fucking questions. You kept jumping in. I got these two. Check out these two. Remember the Brad Goodman interview? He fucking trains Keyshawn. What's his thoughts about Brad Goodman saying he gonna keep De Los Santos completely away from Keyshawn?
Oh wow.
Yes. Then we got would he fucking put Lester in with David Morrell and the hype train? And this fucking hype train, Bomac. You fucked it up, man. Flip this table over. Danny fucking hogged the interview, man. I got solid questions, man. It's fucking fire. Lester get in there with David and the hype. It's either you can fight or you can't. That's the fucking fight,
Why
bro.
you trying to rush they fighter?
What you mean, Rush? He gonna tell
My
us,
man got like 10
nah.
fights, 15 fights or some shit.
Lester got like 15 and Morrell got like 7, bro.
Yeah, but look at the level difference, bro.
But we don't know that. We don't know if he think his man ready. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Let this Guatemalteca hit him with that manteca. Ain't he from Guatemala?
Believe so.
Yeah. Fuck that. Feel me? They don't know, bro. Them Guatemalans, they son malo. Te dan, oíste. They gonna hit you with some shit.